And we're live! Ha-ha! Hooray! Good morning, YouTube nom. VietTube. Is that joke appropriate?
What joke?
Good morning, Vietnam, but like it's YouTube.
I mean, it's been a while since, Vietnam.
Yeah, and
if
Robin Williams has been dead for a long time.
In peace.
He's been dead for several years now. That's kind of strange to think about.
Shed a tear for you, Robin Williams. Anyways, welcome everybody in our live audience, which is currently a whopping 0 viewers. But eventually people will log on, in theory. Chris, tweet that we're live. I forgot to do that part. Oh, no. I forgot to do that part, so I have to drink. Which means it's about time to start the audio version. So if you're on YouTube already, then you will get this is our 10 seconds of free exclusive YouTube content where I haven't started the audio version yet. So do you have your drink ready, Chris?
Yes.
The theme song. All right. First, I'm going to get Twitter, and then I'm going to retweet that we are there. Hey, look. Yeah, all right. Live now. Yeah. Tweet. All right. I twat. Twat is the past tense of tweet, right? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hello, Internet. My name is Spamoman, as always, your host of Drink to the Past, the only podcast where I have a Guinness and I have trouble pouring it because I'm trying to read the ubiquitous opening monologue. Don't forget to share and subscribe and ring the bell to get notifications every Friday when we go live on YouTube. I am joined by co-host and/or guests. So these are my glorious co-hosts and guests. As always, my co-host Chris is here.
Hi, I'm Chris, playing Enter the Gungeon less terribly than I was playing that other game last week, Audette.
It's true, he sucked. And we have a special guest, Dave.
Oh, internet.
All right. So let's get drinking here. So I've got a good old Irish classic. It's almost St. Patrick's Day, so I got my badass Guinness glass here, and I was drinking Guinness actually just earlier. I was pre-gaming. I had my first gig here at Clancy's Irish Pub. I got my Clancy's hat like a badass, and yeah, it was awesome playing bagpipes at my favorite place. So it's great. I'm wearing my kilt and everything. See, Jack? I don't know if I can get up that high. Look at me, I'm in a kilt. There. I got up. Normally, I don't wear pants on the podcast, but now I'm not wearing pants for a reason.
Yeah, it's traditional not wearing pants with the kilt.
Yeah, most people, if you wear pants with a kilt, you are frowned upon. So, yeah, good old Guinness.
That would look weird.
Wonderful go-to. Yeah. Dave, what you drinking this week?
I am drinking from my stash of Wisconsin beers that I brought with me to Ohio, where I'm now at. The Two Women from New Glarus Brewing Company.
Neat.
Probably a picture of 2 women on it.
Wow. There are 2 women in that state?
Apparently.
Only
my wife
2?
And my daughter.
All right. Wow, you brought them yourself.
The only ones that matter.
Well, that's from the other state. So you took them away, so now there's no women there, right?
Sure. Yes, that would be a good point.
This is now canonically in the lore of Wisconsin. Dave stole all the women. How could you, Dave? How could you? That's okay. So we've got a little bit of an interesting podcast for you this week. We're actually going to be doing some actual play of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, and I will tell you guys about that in just a minute. I think it's going to be a hilarious time, but first we have a couple of things. First, let's actually do what you playing this week, because what I've been playing is with my new bra controller. It just looks like a bra, doesn't it? It's like there's boobies here, there's straps.
The PS5 controller?
Anyways, yes, it is a PS5 controller. Chris is streaming the game, so if you're on the audio version, then you're missing out here. Check us out on YouTube. Streaming some Enter the Gungeon. I almost bought that game the other day for some reason, and now I can't think of what the reason is, and I also can't think of why I didn't buy it. So It's one I keep meaning to check out. It just sounds neat with all of the guns. But anyways, yeah, so I've been playing a little bit of PS5 because I lucked out a little bit yesterday and got in on the Target queue to just buy one and pick it up right at the store. So I bought it and I went into the store yesterday and now I have a fucking PS5. So it was funny though because I was like thinking of doing this thing on the podcast every week where I would like chronicle my perilous journey to get a PlayStation because of all the trouble that everybody's having with them with all the online queues and all the shenanigans that are going into just buying a PS5. And I was thinking of doing it like a dramatized journal, like day one, I logged on to GameStop. An hour passed of straight reloading the webpage and nothing. But then I got one actually surprisingly quickly, so I don't get to do that. So sad day. But PS5s are cool. I played a little bit of the Astrobot game that comes pre-installed while I was waiting for some other stuff to download and all that, because you can take all of your saves from your PS4 and just put them on your PS5, which is great. So now I'm just like, look at me, I got a worthless PS4. Anybody want to buy it? But yeah, so the Astrobot game is actually kind of neat because it's really more of a tech demo that just shows you what the hell this controller is capable of, which is a lot of weird shit. And I think it's a way better tech than most tech demos. Because basically the two big things that are in this controller are the whatever they call HD Rumble. They don't call it that. They call it something else because HD Rumble is already taken by Nintendo on the Pro Controller, and they have the adaptive triggers. And so that's actually kind of cool where the triggers have different amounts of resistance, and it'll actually make like points where you push it down and it'll like... It kind of clicks. It feels like it's down all the way, and it took me a second to adjust to that, because I'm like, oh, it's down all the way. It says push the trigger, but it's down all the way. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I actually got to push it the rest of the way. And so it's kind of neat. And I have no idea what, like, some of it feels a little shoehorned in for the sake of tech demo in Astrobot, but it's mostly pretty good. So I'm excited to see what else it could do in theory. And the HD Rumble, I feel like, is way better displayed in this controller in Astrobot than it ever was in the Switch, because the Switch didn't really have a good tech demo game. Like, it had 1-2 Switch, but I played that for 5 seconds because I didn't want to pay $40 for it, so I played it at a buddy's house one time and like didn't play almost any of the actual content in it. So I thought I'd real quick go over my next-gen controllers here and go on my thoughts on that, because I also played a little bit of Demon Souls, and Demon Souls really just plays like it would with any other controller. It doesn't take advantage of anything that this controller has to offer, which is fine. For the kind of game it is, it doesn't really matter. But as a controller, I like it pretty well. I feel like everybody was talking up the texturing on the back here, and it's barely noticeable. Like on the Xbox controller, the new one, it's like super like grippy, and I really like that. So I was hoping for that, and it's not nearly as grippy. So it's like, it's fine, but whatever. And other than that, I like pretty much everything about it, except for PlayStation still has the stick in the wrong fucking place. It has been 25 years, PlayStation. The stick goes up here. Everybody else is doing it. Get on board. That's my rant.
I mean, they were the ones who originally had the dual...
They were, so because they were the first people, and I kind of understand at that point why the D-pad would be like up here, because at that point the D-pad was like the primary way that you play games. So I guess they didn't know if the sticks would really catch on or where to put them. They had to just kind of put them somewhere on the controller. So I understand it 25 years ago, but now, put it up here! Damn it!
They just don't want to standardize.
Yeah, I guess.
They're revolutionary on the PS6 when they move it up there.
Right, yeah. PS12 more like. But, yeah, no,
what comes first, PS6 or Final Fantasy VII Part 2?
Now, that's a good question. I did largely buy my PS5. I was talking about this last week because they announced that PS5 will have exclusive Final Fantasy VII Remake DLC. And so I'm like, okay,
Nope.
I'm buying a PS5. I'm selling out for DLC. I don't even care.
Nope.
Yeah. So
It's worth it.
yep. What you gonna do? Yeah, but other than that, I played a little bit of Demon Souls, which is pretty cool. I don't think it's so far as hard as balls as everybody kind of makes it out. It's like it's kind of tedious sometimes because if you die, you have to go through all of the enemies that you just killed again. And the way it's designed is kind of like you have to pay attention actively to fighting the enemies. It's not like a lot of games where it's like, oh, they're just two-shot chumps, you can steamroll them. No, you actually have to focus on playing the game the entire time. And as long as you do that, the enemies are just two-shot chumps, and they're easy as hell. But you have to pay attention to what their attacks are and just dodge and wait for a good time to attack, and it's fine. But you do actually have to pay attention. So I'm not sure if that's what... But I'm also not very far in. I'm like 2 hours in, so I'm like... I don't know. Maybe it'll like crank up the difficulty later here somewhere. But it's
I
pretty
think
cool.
you are vastly overestimating the competence of a lot of people who play games.
That's possible.
I think there was a long time period there where easy games became the norm because they were mistaken to be accessible games.
That's possible. And the other thing I played was some Ghost of Tsushima, which I've been playing. I've been talking about that regularly, but playing it on PS5 is like a whole new world. Like, the HDR in that game really looks pretty good on PS4, but then on PS5, it's just enhanced even further. The darks are really dark, but it's like in areas of low light, it's not just too dark to see. Like, you really get a lot more clarity in there, and also it just runs at 60 FPS all the time, which is amazing. So it's just buttery smooth. Anyways, what you guys been playing? You guys can fight to the death to see who goes next.
Go ahead.
Let's see.
You guys are terrible at fighting to the death.
I have been playing a lot of Dota 2, which is very rage-inducing some of the time, but it's also, I've been having a lot of fun with it. So, I'm going to have that problem for like a few months, because, when you play Dota 2, it is as if you were having a problem, right? Let's see. I've also been playing only Enter the Gungeon today. But yeah, it's mostly just been Dota 2 and Enter the Gungeon as of today.
Cool. All right, and Dave, what you playing?
Let's see here. So I've been now a week without my Switch because we're moving, and it's not been one of the things that's got moved down here. I left it with the wife and the kids for now because I had to start my new job before they could get down here. So a week ago, when Pyra Mythra came out, I played that a couple of nights. I really enjoyed playing with them in Smash. But then since then, when I got down here, my first night here, I went to GameStop and asked, what 3DS games do you have on hand? And I wanted something that would take me a little bit to get through, not like a quick, easy game, but something that would be fun. So I ended up actually picking up a Pokemon game for the first time in 15 years or so.
Cool.
I got Pokemon Ultra Moon.
Okay.
And I've been enjoying that.
Yeah, I didn't play Ultra Moon or Ultra Sun. I played regular Sun version, and it's not a bad generation overall. I feel like as a person who's been playing pretty much every generation, it was a little stale by that point, and I have some complaints about it. But overall, it was a solid game. So I think it would be as good a point as any to kind of jump back in if you've taken a break from Pokemon.
The last Pokemon game I played would have been Ruby, not like Omega Ruby or anything like that, like actual Ruby on the Game Boy Advance.
Nice.
And I don't think I ever even finished that. So realistically, my last time playing through a Pokemon game would have been like Gold or Silver on the Game Boy Color. It's been a minute.
Impressive. Yeah. For
That's
Pyra
all
and
I've got.
Mythra, I've played a little bit of them as well. I've been playing some Smash. Before I got my PS5, I was playing a lot of that. They're an interesting combo because I think it's strange to play with them because I really like Pyra's moveset better. Mithra's Mithra's moveset better, but I like Pyra's actual killing power because it's pretty difficult on most stages to actually KO anybody as Mythra, depending on the conditions. Some stages it's not that bad. Like if you're on a walk-off stage and you get them like real close to the edge, it's super easy with certain moves if they're at like even just marginal percent to just knock them off with a good combo. But like in other stages, it's just so hard because I'm just like knocking them off, and they just keep coming back, and I'm just like, stop it, go away. And then I'm like, okay, I'll switch to Pyra to actually like get in a killing blow, and Pyra just for some reason doesn't work with me, and I just can't land a hit ever with Pyra, except for like her sword throw thing, which is really cool, but that's like her only move that never kills people. It's like a good damage dealer and kind of a good like trap you in place, but it doesn't have the launching power of most of her moves. So I'm having a difficult time. I think it's a cool character, but it's not going to be my main at any point.
They're not gonna move up into my main slot for sure, but I'm definitely gonna put them in my rotation because one, I like sword characters. Primarily my main is Lucina. So like it's not a far cry from any of the Fire Emblem characters, not to play into the meme there, but
right.
but it's like they took some of the better aspects of them and put them with Mithra's side B is just a better side special. It's just a better version of Sephiroth, I think, because it's more effective. Sephiroth is better for recovery.
Sephiroth is kind of different in its own way, because the one thing with Pyra is it's only to the side. So I like that Sephiroth, you can aim it in any direction, so that it's got more utility there. And as a recovery, I agree, it's just better because Mithra's recovery is like she has a good up recovery and she has a good side recovery, but if you need to go diagonal, you're just screwed because you can't do both.
Well, and Pyra has no recovery.
Yeah, Pyra is like if you are straight. It's which I don't have much of a problem with because I'm used to playing Ike. Ike is one of my mains, and so it's not that bad, except for Ike also has the forward charge. So he's got a really good side recovery and an okay up recovery, so it kind of works out. But she's got like an okay, not that great up recovery and no side recovery. And I do that so much because I'm used to Mithra's moveset that I'm like, oh, I'm off the stage and I'll push side B and I'll throw my sword and fall in a hole like a dumbass.
Just falling forever.
Yeah. I've almost kind of had that problem in Demon Souls too, because I've been playing so much Ghost of Tsushima that's like the only thing that's in my brain for the control scheme, and so I'm going up to monsters in Demon Souls and pushing square to attack them. But in Demon Souls, R2 and R1 are the attack buttons, and square is like use your item, and then I'm usually like walking up to them and like eating a potion even though I'm at full health. And it pauses you in place when you use an item, so I just like stand there, use my item, use it up, and get rid of it, and then they kick my ass because I'm just standing there for 2 seconds to eat a potion. I'm like, damn it. It's hard.
Funny.
All right, well, Sean Drinks Something Stupid this week is not super stupid. It's actually my favorite whiskey, Talnua. This is a good Irish-style whiskey brewed right here in Colorado, in Arvada, actually, which is the town where one of us lives. I won't say which one. But anyway, yeah, it's good stuff. My favorite whiskey of all time. I figured that's a good time to eat that. Got my little Irish stout pint glass here. It's got a little Guinness harp on it and everything. So yeah. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all. We'll see you on the other side if we don't drink ourselves blind by then.
If you drink yourself blind, you might be drinking the wrong kind of alcohol. That's all I gotta say.
Possible. I haven't drunk myself blind
But at
yet.
least they can still have the audio version.
Right? I mean, technically, I don't have to, see in order to... Well, actually, yeah, I gotta set up all this... I have 2 monitors in front of me to set up all the shit I use to stream, so no, I would, I'd be, up a shit creek. I'd be like, Chris, you have to stream it all now.
That would be pretty terrible. Then I'd have to figure out a way to squeeze my other monitor into this tiny cramped space.
Nice. All right, well,
and
we got
you would be blind.
Yeah. So we got a tiny bit of news and booze today. Just 3 big topics here, and then we will get into our actual play tabletop session, which will be hilarious. So Diablo 2 Resurrected has announced that you will be able to transfer your save data from the original Diablo 2, which I thought was super cool, even though I feel like, most people won't probably care. I'm like, I don't care that much, but I know my brother has his save data and has a couple of characters that he's really super proud of. So for the hardcore Diablo people that are out there that have kept their save data intact somewhere on an old computer, I feel like this is just a really cool thing that nobody's ever done this kind of thing before, right? I'm like, that's super cool. What you guys think of that?
Yeah, it's definitely.
Uh,
Love it. I think that's awesome.
It's kind of a cool, interesting feature. I still have my issue with Blizzard, but
That's always fair.
yeah.
You still got any old Diablo 2 save files?
I think the last time I played Diablo 2 was long enough ago that it was like a cheat save. So
Yeah, I don't know if those would work anyways. I cannot wait to see the cow level in HD.
I guess what I would say is I hope they do better with this than they did with Warcraft 3 Reforged.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Yeah, I'm still kind of on the fence about this, but it's got a lot of neat features like that I'm like, maybe I will give that a go. Because replaying this game wouldn't be all that bad if I could, because I think my old save is at my parents' house on their old computer, and I'm pretty sure I could just, go zip it on a flash drive and bring it back to my house and just be like, hey, look at me. I got my old guy. Now I can just, stomp through all the enemies on normal mode and be fine. So, I might do that. If I get the game, that might be a fun way to kind of go through it again, because I'm like, do I really feel like grinding all that stuff and waiting for good loot rolls and all that? Because that was a kind of an issue that I've been hesitant to look back into Diablo 2, because starting a new character, you'd have no good items for who knows how long, because it's all random. And I'm like,
ooh, I got a gun with a cool hat and a skateboard.
That's amazing.
Totally rad.
All right. Anyways, next piece of news and booze is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge has been announced. It's going to be a 4-player co-op beat-em-up coming to PC and consoles, but they didn't say what consoles.
I actually am excited for this one on the list.
Yeah, did you play much old
definitely.
Turtles games?
Yeah, I had what was it? It was like Turtles in Time for the Sega Genesis. It was one of my first exposures to beat 'em ups as a game.
Nice.
Always had a soft spot for those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never been the biggest Ninja Turtles fan. I liked them as a kid, but I didn't know a ton about them. I mostly remember, I think we had a game, it might have been Turtles in Time for Super Nintendo. So, yeah. And I have to be right back. So, Chris, explain exactly what's going on in Enter the Gungeon in excruciating detail.
Excruciating detail? Well, right now I'm going to help Link out, mapping these rooms out, and he'll give me a special reward if I help, and that reward is not a blowjob.
A lot of these enemies I've noticed are very Zelda inspired, at least in this level.
So this game is just chock full of like Zelda references and like D&D references. A lot of the monsters you find later on are just flat out like D&D monsters, but like the gun flavor of them. Like one of the bosses on the third floor is the Mind Flayer. One of my or like they have like the Cannon Balrog. It's another one of these bosses.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Zelda references, there was the one guy, he was like teleporting around the room. He looked like a Subrosian. It was like a Subrosian from Oracle of Seasons meets a Wizrobe.
Did you miss me?
So Gungeon owes a lot to both Zelda and D&D, but has a bunch of other cool references on top of that too. The Subrosians from
the Oracles.
from the Oracles.
It's a kind of a random reference.
That is what the that's what some of these wizard enemies look like. Although, I'm like, they look like the Subrosians, but they more are, oh god, not this thing.
You can take him, Chris. I'm kidding, you're boned. All right, and our last piece of news and booze this week is a whole bunch of shit is now available on Game Pass from the deal with Bethesda being bought out by Microsoft. That deal is officially now closed. I guess the money's changed hands, or however exactly that works. I'm not sure, but they basically announced that, hey, they're now part of the Xbox family officially, and there's a ton of Bethesda games that are now on Game Pass as of today, including Dishonored, Dishonored 2, Doom 2, Doom 3, Doom 64, Doom Eternal, Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online, The Evil Within, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Fallout New Vegas, Prey, Rage 2, Wolfenstein The New Order, Wolfenstein The Old Blood, and Wolfenstein Youngblood are all now on Game Pass. So that's actually a pretty good swath of games.
Most of those are, yes, very well recommended.
Yeah.
Those are Subrosians.
Oh, yeah, huh? That's awesome. But yeah, I haven't played some of these, and like others of these, I'm like, I really would not mind going back to. I never mind playing more Doom. I love Doom as a series. The classic Dooms is not like I could have played those on Switch at any point, but now I can also play them on my Xbox or PC, and I think Doom Eternal is also available on cloud. Yeah. Oh, actually, I have that listed here, don't I? So actually, all of the Dooms will run on console, PC, and cloud. So any place you want to do that, like I can just play Doom on my phone now. That's awesome. So yeah. And Morrowind is a game that I never mind revisiting. That game is just incredible. I am excited to download that onto my Xbox and go at it again. And probably won't come close to beating the story again like I always do, because in that game, every time I fire it up, I'm like, okay, main quest, side quest, as some random dude in the middle of nowhere, a dungeon that I've never heard of, cool. And I just like explore crap and collect neat shit and leave it in my house. I'm like, all right, this is gonna work for me. Yeah, so, yeah. Also, the new Prey I thought looked pretty cool. I played the original Prey on Xbox 360, I want to say, and they got the new Prey up on Game Pass now, and I wanted to check that out. So I thought that would be kind of a neat one too. I don't know if either of you have played that one.
Nope.
I never played the original Prey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the original was actually a really unique shooter because, like, you're this Native American guy, and basically your girlfriend gets captured by aliens, and then you're on the alien ship trying to get her back, and you're using all sorts of weird alien guns, and also, like, your powers that are kind of based on Native American folklore, which is kind of cool. So you can go into the spirit world and you can shoot like this spirit bow thing. It's pretty cool. And you're walking through this alien spaceship, and the aliens have this technology where the gravity inverts itself if you're on these special walkways. And so I remember at the time, the physics in that game were just super cool to be able to actually just like walk on walls and things like that. Where like wherever you walk, if you're on these special walkways, it'll just invert gravity to accommodate you. And I was like, it was ridiculously awesome at the time because nobody had ever done anything quite like that before that I remember. So yeah, I'm excited about all those. All right.
Sounds like fun.
And now, I think we have to drink just in case. And we're going to play some D&D. Which is going to be hilarious because Chris is going to try and play D&D while he is playing Enter the Gungeon. And this is like one of the most exciting things that I've ever seen because it's going to be a shit show and it's going to be hilarious.
It's
going to be like, hold on, I need to roll my dice. Oh no, I need to dodge all these bullets. Shit. What do I do?
Let me grab my dice real quick.
Yeah, not a problem, buddy. All right. So, for anybody who was here last year, around St. Patrick's Day time, Chris actually missed the podcast for St. Patrick's Day last year. And so I don't know if he ever caught up on that episode or not, but the episode that we filmed last year on St. Patrick's Day was me and a guy we have on regularly on the podcast. His named Crow. Go check out his channel or follow @CrowbirdCannon on Twitter. He's a fun guy. So he was here last year for our St. Patrick's Day episode, and together we made a D&D one-shot based off of St. Patrick's Day as kind of the theme. And so that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to run through this one-shot that Crow and I wrote last year. So if you want to check out that episode, it's not on YouTube, unfortunately, because that was before we were starting the YouTube podcasts, but it's available still. You can go back through our backlog on Podbean or Apple and check that out. So Crow and I wrote this St. Patrick's Day one-shot. It was pretty hilarious. And we're going to run through that one-shot now. So if Chris or Dave actually ever listened to that podcast, they might have spoilers. I'm not sure if which episodes you guys have listened to specifically.
Well, fear not. I have not listened to that podcast, so nice. I have no idea what I'm getting into there.
Yeah, so this could be absolutely hilarious. And here is another catch, because I didn't have time to, prepare everybody and be like, hey guys, make characters and get them ready. I'm also adding a fun gimmick to this that I read about at one point that I thought would be a super fun D&D kind of thought project. So what we're going to do is I have your character sheets, and I know what characters you are. Yeah. And you don't, because you stayed up all night drinking last night, and you both have amnesia. So setting is, you wake up in the pub, and as rolls come up, I will look at your character sheets, which I have here, and I will let you know what your modifiers are. And so, in addition to this hilarious one-shot, you guys are also going to be piecing together your memory and learning more about who you are as a character. So,
right.
I think this is going to be absolutely fun, and this is also going to be a test round, because we're going to have another actual play session coming up on episode 100, featuring Kevin O'Rourke and Crow, as I mentioned before. They're both going to come on for another hilarious Drunken Shenanigans actual play episode. So, I invented a drinking game that we're going to do. So, anytime that you miss an attack, you have to drink. Anytime that you take damage, you have to drink. Anytime that you critically hit, you have to take a celebratory drink. And I will do the same thing for all of those conditions for all of the NPCs and enemies. So I am prepared. I have two more cans of Guinness here for myself. So if you guys can get me through these, I will be thoroughly impressed. And we're going to have a good fucking night. This is going to be hilarious. All right, are you guys ready to go?
This is going to be terrible.
This is going to be a thing. I'm ready though. Let's go.
All right. So you both have woken up. Let's roll. Chris, call odd or even.
Odd.
All right. It was even. So Chris, you are the one who is missing your pants.
Oh no.
That's a little awkward.
Not those pants. I probably need those.
The barkeep is a surly-looking half-elf. He kind of scoffs at you. Would you like some breakfast or what?
No. If I have any breakfast right now, I am going to throw up. I think.
I want food.
We don't serve your kind here. Dragonborns aren't welcome. How'd you get in here?
Is he talking to me? Or
He's talking to Dave, who was just trying to order food.
I don't.
Dave has just discovered he's a Dragonborn.
How I got in here?
I don't know. Probably through the door. You've been drinking my beer.
I don't believe I have, sir.
Thought you said you haven't been serving Dragonborns.
What? Yeah, probably. I don't serve Dragonborns. Unless they have money.
Oh.
Most Dragonborns are hobo, though.
Do I have anything? Do I have any money on me?
Let's find out. Did I put money on your character sheet?
Good question.
Yes, you have 14 gold pieces, 48 silver, 14 copper pieces, and 2 gems worth 10 gold pieces each.
How many of those? Yeah, I got 14, 48.
14 copper, and 2 gems worth 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
All right.
How much food can I buy for 3 gold pieces?
3 gold pieces? Good God! You could have all the food. Just about. Bacon, eggs, salad? Do Dragonborns eat salad for breakfast?
I will right
salad
now
for breakfast.
because I'm hungry.
He brings out the fanciest salad you've ever seen, alongside bacon and eggs and sausage and frittatas and gluten-free waffles.
Hell yes. I mean, gluten-free, who cares? I'll eat it.
They're kind of crusty and stale, but, there's no gluten. So, that's probably worth something. Wonderful. Why don't the two of you stick around for our special St. Patrick's Day giveaway?
Ooh.
A few more patrons are starting to come into the bar here as well. Yes, we're going to have a very big giveaway for St. Patrick's Day. We're actually giving away that pot of gold right over there in the corner. There's a pot of gold in the corner.
Ooh. Pot of gold. I will stick around.
I have my interest.
Yes, apparently pots of gold are... Yeah. I think we keep pants in our lost and found. It's up in the other corner. In the corner opposite the pot of gold, there is a pile of many, many pants.
I will run over to the lost and found. What else is in the lost and found? I don't need pants. I need answers.
There is also a mysterious note and a taco and a can of Mountain Dew.
I'll take that taco and that can of Mountain Dew and I don't have, and I will take the pants as well because I realize that I need pockets.
That'll help.
How big are the pants?
They fit you perfectly. You believe they are your pants, in fact.
These are probably my pants.
And in the pocket, you find 9 gold pieces, 70 silver pieces, 46 copper, and 4 gems worth 10 gold pieces each.
Sorry, how much gold was that?
9 gold, 70 silver, which could just be called 7 gold, 46 copper, and 4 gems worth 10.
Okay, so I understand the gems and the gold. Why 70 silver? What? Who the hell carries around this much pocket change? Doesn't it just make your pockets full of, like, coins?
I don't know. Your kind of
You
likes
were
to
a
just
strip club?
seem fancy, so you jingle your pockets all the time as you're walking.
Like kind? What the hell is that supposed to mean?
You know, you fucking half-elf.
What?
You heard me. Your mom fucked an elf. Or your dad, I'm not sure.
No one's ever sure.
Oh.
So what's this pub called, anyways?
Oh, crap. I was unprepared, so that means I have to drink. But luckily, I have a pub name generator, which I created myself. So the name of this pub is... The Decent Motherfucker.
Did you roll that on your D100 generator?
Yes. Technically, it's a D10 10,000 table because you roll 1d% for the adjective and 1d% for the noun. So there's technically 10,000 combinations on this table that you could get. And you are at the Decent Motherfucker pub.
That is... I love it. Okay. Are the looking at the other patrons in the bar now and just trying to suss it out. So there are some other folks coming in.
Most of them seem like commoners. There is also a halfling who is rather distinctive, as one eye much larger than the other, a little bit bulging out of his skull almost, has a very long white beard, and carries a staff of pure oaken wood.
I'm gonna give that halfling the side eye.
He tries to give you the side eye with his littler eye, and it doesn't really come across very well.
Yeah. So 1-0 me.
You have successfully side-eyed the halfling. Congratulations.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Let me see. I guess we'll stick around for this this chance to win this pot of gold. That, or I'll wait for a break in the bartender's attention and then steal it. One or the other.
Okay. A little while later, after people start to shuffle in the pub a little more, the bartender starts selling tickets to win a contest for the pot of gold. 2 gold to enter, 1 gold goes into the pot, 1 gold goes to the house. Who will win the pot of gold?
I will give him a gold.
2 gold to enter, sir. One goes in the pot, 1 goes to the house.
Oh, of course. I'll hand him 2 more gold.
He gives you 1 gold as
I'll
change.
hand him a couple gold as well.
Okay.
Okay, you
No,
each
wait.
put your
Could
gold
you actually give me 10 silver back?
I suppose. I'm short on change because a bunch of half-elves came in the other day.
Wow, this bartender is really racist. I'm not gonna feel bad about stealing from him eventually.
I don't particularly like this bartender either. He seems like he can be easily bought.
I say, actually, could you give me that? Give me that as 10 silver.
Yeah, he gives you 10 silver.
All right, I take the 10 silver and pocket that in addition to the 1 gold he gave me back.
I'm gonna inspect the. I'm gonna go over to that there pot, take just a gander at it real closely, like close enough that maybe I try to wipe 2 gold off of it to pay for this.
Okay. Make a... Let's see. Which one's you? There we are. And make a roll with... let's see. For sleight of hand, which is called something else in this game. Oh, no, it is called sleight of hand. So you have a +2 bonus on that.
He has a +2 bonus on that.
He does.
Roll on a d20 on this.
Yep. D20 +2.
Probably not like a
An
thief, but he's got like decent dexterity. Huh.
What was that? 8?
Probably not.
At an 8.
Okay. The bartender side-eyes you and clears his throat very loudly as you're reaching your hand towards the pot.
I can't say I've ever seen a pot of gold this big. Wink as well.
Well,
Are you propositioning him?
I'm not into that, but whatever floats your boat, man.
Got away with it. I got away with it.
All right, so he kind of goes around collecting different wagers from the other people as well, and comes back and puts the part of the money in the pot and keeps part of the money for himself, as was the deal that he kind of went over. The pot slowly fills up over the course of probably 30 minutes or an hour. I don't know how long. Let's roll a random die. It takes 4 increments of time. I'll let you decide what increment that is. It could be fortnights. Probably not.
Like 40 minutes.
Could be.
Maybe, I don't know, 4 hours maybe, I don't know.
Anyway, it takes a little while. But he ends up deciding that he's got enough, and he thinks it's right about time to close the pool and draw a winner. Are you all ready for this?
Yes.
Certainly.
The crowd cheers with excitement. Many of them could really use that money for a down payment on a house, or to squander meaninglessly on something stupid like a PlayStation 5.
It's not something stupid. It's something that we all enjoy in this fantasy universe where PlayStation 5 is a thing.
Yes, every random guy in D&D wants a PS5. It's true. He puts all the names into a big hat. You're not sure where he got a hat that big, but it's like a giant-ass, like, 10-gallon hat like the cowboys used to wear. And you're like, that seems very strange for this setting. I thought this was a fantasy medieval setting, not a Western setting. But, all plot holes aside, he reaches his hand into the hat, and just then all of the lights go out, mysteriously, which is especially mysterious because all the lights back then were like torches and shit. And they're only out for a few moments, but then they come back on. That was weird. You may both make perception checks.
Ooh, perception check.
Dave, you have
a D30.
+4. And
That is another D30.
Chris, you have a +1.
Ooh, my perception is bad.
Rolled a 5. So I had
Not
a
trained
9.
properly.
Make that a 9.
All right.
There we are. Let me just roll it inside this coffee cup here. That is a 20. And I would show you, but the angle is very
It's hard to
weird,
get your
so-
coffee cup up to the webcam in such a way as to show us
I
the
don't know
20.
if you can see that.
I can see a coffee cup.
Yeah,
let
it's
me.
coffee.
Yeah.
Close enough. I'll believe you. It's a 20. All right.
All right.
So you notice that the pot of gold is no longer in the corner. Dun dun dun.
Well, that was predictable. Uh-oh.
I feel like even with mine, I saw that, but okay.
Hey, someone stole the gold, I say loudly, while pointing at a random guy.
That bastard, says another guy, and he beats him over the head with a frying pan. You're not sure where he got a frying pan, but he's actually very effective with it and knocks the other man out. We've got him! Let's tie him up! Wait, hold on. Is that really the guy that, like, how does that guy know it was that guy? I didn't see anything, says another guy.
But you didn't see him not steal it.
That's proof enough for me, the other guy continues, throttling him with a frying pan.
I'm just going to nod sagely. That's right.
I'm just gonna eat my eat the last of my food that's gone probably fairly stale at this point.
I'm gonna look around
Try
for
to
the bar.
blend in.
I'm gonna look around for the bartender.
Mm-hmm.
Is he anywhere to be seen?
Yeah, he's right back there behind the bar is where he was, but when you pointed out that the gold was missing, he went to investigate. So now he's over in the corner.
All right, now that he's over in the corner, I'm gonna dive behind the bar
Okay.
and see if I can see where he stashed the gold, because I suspect him of stealing it, because I think he's a greedy bastard.
Okay. You do find a sack full of money that you believe to be the sack full of money he was, where he was putting the house profits from the contest. And give me a stealth roll with a +0 modifier. And you have... Wait, is that right? Oh, yes, you have disadvantage on this.
Oh boy. Roll. So that's an 8 and a 2. That's a 2.
If he didn't see you, I would laugh my ass off right now, but he sees you with his massive roll of a 4.
I imagine I just dive over the bar and just knock several mugs over, and I'm like, I found the gold! I lift up the sack with full of gold.
Put down my coins, you stupid half-elf bastard! Says the half-elven barman. I didn't steal the gold, you're trying to steal my gold! Why would I steal gold from myself?
So you admit that you stole the gold?
No! Are you listening? You're an idiot.
I think everybody stole everybody's gold.
Well, clearly all the gold is right here, so...
This place is a scam, says an orcish man. I'm gonna go to Jeff's. He leaves.
Yeah, go to Jeff's.
A few people start following him out, all grumpy and all that. You notice the few people that stay behind are the barman, the halfling, and some guy with a name tag that says Billy.
I want to go up to the halfling.
Why, hello
very,
there.
Yeah, I'm just staring down at him very angrily.
He stares back
Not
up at
like
you with
angrily,
his
but like
one
intimidated.
bulging eye.
Wait a second.
Can I help you, laddie?
I don't think that's a halfling at all.
Poke it.
Oh,
That's a fucking
Poke his
leprechaun.
eye.
a leprechaun? Why, that's our word. Racist
He admit-
bastard.
He admitted it. Get him.
What? No.
I'm poking him in the eye. Nothing happening.
Make an attack roll.
A 15.
All right. And you are proficient with melee attacks, probably. So let's see. Your strength bonus gives you a +2, and your proficiency bonus gives you another +2. So you have a +4 bonus. So 19 will hit him right in the eye for a d4 of poke in the eye damage. You can roll a d4 plus your strength modifier of, again, 2.
Got a 1.
Damn it, you stupid bastards! I'm trying to tell you where the gold is! Ah! Fuck!
Well, tell us where the gold is then.
Well, you see, I'm bound by leprechaun magic that I can only divulge the truth if you give me your lucky charms.
My dragonborn friend here. Twist his nipples off.
What? That's not Lucky Charms!
You clearly haven't been
I have
drinking the
pants on.
same
Do I have
folktales
anything?
I have.
I need your Lucky Charms for the magic to work!
Still have my pants on from
You do
the
as-
night before.
Yeah.
Do I have anything in my pockets?
Let's see. You have the money, as previously mentioned. You also have an iron pot and a shovel, a longbow, 20 arrows, and tinker's tools.
Tinker's tools.
Hand him my shovel.
That's
Holding.
not-
I'm just. I'm handing him my shovel. I feel like my shovel is lucky.
Is it now? Well, it's not quite as lucky as the Lucky Charms, you see. You do know that's code in leprechaun language, don't you, laddie?
What's it code for?
Don't.
Some people call them cojones.
So we need to rip off someone's balls. I gotcha.
Yes, fine. Bring me the Lucky Charms
look
and
at
I
the
shall
bartender.
reveal.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm gonna chase after the bartender. I'm assuming that he's gonna run and put this together. What I'm about to do to him.
Yeah, roll for initiative to see if you get the jump on the barman.
I got a 9.
All right. Chris, if you'd like to assist, you can also roll for initiative now.
I will roll for initiative. It's my dex is +0, I take it.
Let's see. Dave, your initiative is +2. Chris, your initiative is +0.
Yeah, that's a 15.
All right. So that was 15 for Chris. What was your roll, Dave?
Rolled a 9, so it would be an 11.
11. All right. So the first person to go, unfortunately, is the barman with a 17. He catches onto your plan and he gets ready for a counterattack. He puts up his dukes. Come at me if you're ready to get bloodied up. Chris, it's your turn. He seems ready to fight, but he does not immediately take an action.
Go, fire magic! I'm going to point my finger at him and try and will out a spell.
You use lay on hands and heal him.
That's not what I wanted to do. No, that's the opposite. What is this, opposite magic day?
You're a terrible paladin.
I'm a paladin?
I'm still holding that.
How else would you have laid on hands, you fool? You're wearing fancy plate armor. That's why you were terrible at sneaking behind the bar. You should have
really
noticed
made
this
more
earlier.
of it.
Or did the leprechaun
I
take
really
it?
should have.
I still holding my shovel, or did the leprechaun take it?
He looked at you funny, and then I think you guys decided to get cojones instead. So I believe you still have your shovel.
Okay. Is the bartender within swinging range of said shovel?
Yeah.
I swing that shovel straight at his head.
All right. Give me an attack roll. And let's see. That will be a +4 to hit.
Oh,
I guess you're not
rolled a
proficient
10.
with a shovel, so that'll only be a +2 to hit. Unless you have
fair
shovel
enough.
proficiency, which I do not see here.
I rolled a 10.
All right, so 10 plus 2 will hit his unarmored armor class, since he's just wearing bartender clothes. So that'll do a d6 plus your strength bonus of +2.
D6. 4. Plus 2, 6.
All right. Oh, bleh! He starts bleeding out and falls down to the ground. This is not
Quick.
how I imagined I would go.
Quick, quit it. Get his cojones.
Wait.
I'm pulling out my tinker tools.
He falls even further unconscious. So let's see. Tinker Tools is an odd toolbox of wires, gears, etc. Not sure how that'll come in handy, but oh man, do I not want to know.
I mean, wires are good for cutting.
All
Also,
right.
you're gonna get his junk out.
You hold him down, do the cutting. It's not asking questions beyond this point.
All right. So effectively, you coup de grace this poor sap and remove his cojones. The 3 orcs in the corner playing darts kind of look at you a little sideways and then continue playing darts.
Mind your own business.
We are.
Good to see you, folks.
Oh, thank you for the removing the guy that makes sure we don't take beer for free.
They're good. Although there probably won't be any more beer. Because,
Help yourself while it lasts.
Okay.
yeah.
The 3 of them go behind the bar and start, like, just stick their mouth under the taps. Speaking of
I
beer.
gotta say, that
All
it's a
right.
good thing this is 5th edition, or otherwise I would have fallen already.
I've got I hand the balls to the leprechaun. I stick them on the table right in front of him. wipe my
Lucky
hands
charms!
on a
Lucky
dirty rag.
charms! I finally got me lucky charms! He takes the balls in each of his hands and he devours them voraciously. And he says, Sim Sim Salabim! I don't actually need to say that. I'm just, making stuff up for the sake of the spell looking more neat, because it's actually not very interesting. He rubs his hands together, and a trap door opens directly underneath where the pot of gold used to be in the corner of the room.
So he did steal it. After all, I knew it.
Not him, but the cult. The cult that follows the malicious, evil twin brother of Saint Patrick himself. He's a demon by the name of Saint Ckirtap. That's Patrick spelled backwards.
Dude. So does he just follow Rumpelstiltskin rules? I don't get this. Do you get this?
Particularly, but hey, I'm game.
It's an evil twin, you see, laddie. Beware, if they shall summon Saint Ckirtap, then perhaps we shall all die. But I best be off. He takes his cane and starts hobbling out the door.
Grab him
All right.
before he can leave.
Ugh! The scruff of me neck! The nerve!
You're coming with us, buddy.
Do I have to?
Seem to know some stuff.
Not very much.
I don't think you've told us everything.
Well, if you find me at the end of the rainbow, I'm contractually obligated to give you a pot of gold. And I can cast magic in exchange for lucky charms. And that's about all I do as a leprechaun.
Look at the orcs that were getting very, very drunk.
I saw me on.
Hey guys, I will give you the sack of gold if you help me go into this trapdoor and kill these cultists that live down the trapdoor, apparently.
You got a deal, bro!
All right.
They all come in and grab all of the darts out of the dart board and put them into bandoliers full of darts, as so to equip themselves to be ready for the fight.
Awesome.
I've got us.
I'd let the leprechaun go at this point.
Why, thank you, laddie. Meet me at the end of the rainbow.
I don't like
That's
the way you said
also
that.
code.
I really don't like the way you said that.
Before you leave, little leprechaun,
Hi.
give me a map to the end of the rainbow.
A map to the end of the rainbow. You just look in the sky, and then there's a rainbow, and then you go to the end of it. Is that really so
Punch him.
difficult? Ah! Well, you're just rude.
And
I'm leaving now. He storms off.
all right, fine. You ready to go down this way?
Yeah, let's go to that trapdoor. So I'm about to fight the high dragon here.
Have your taco that you found, the lost and found, real quick.
Real quick, I just wanted to point out that we actually have comments in the chat, and I forgot to pay attention to it because I've been trying to DM and pay attention to everything. So, welcome to Mega Beast 18 and Tom Thurman. Thank you for paying attention to our hilarious, stupid bullshit today. We will drink to you. Mega Beast 18 commented that I have an audience, and now I'm taking a piss because I had to leave for a second. That is not that is a thing that has happened on the podcast before, but not this time, surprisingly. Anywho, now we shall go into something else. So, anyways, what are you guys doing next? Entering the trapdoor?
Jumping down the trapdoor.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. We'll go down the trapdoor. I guess we'll have the orcs going with us.
Okay.
I'll be in front so as to not show cowardice.
Okay. The
Kind of like in the middle.
All right. The five of you kind of jump down the hole, and make perception checks. Let's see. Dave's perception is +4, and Chris's is +1. I think is what I said. Yes.
+1?
Yes.
Was it +1?
10. So.
Also, we've apparently been reported for racism, which I hope is because of racism against Dragonborn. That could be awkward otherwise.
Let's see. That's a 13 total?
I have a 14 total.
Okay. Dave, you hear faint sounds of somebody talking just outside the door. As you come into the trapdoor, this room is full of various barrels and casks of different kinds of liquor. And there's a door on one side of the room, and you hear somebody seems to be talking on that side, the other side of the door.
Motion to the orcs to be quiet as they're stumbling and bumbling a little bit.
The first one comes down, climbs down the barrels very gingerly, gets ready. The second one climbs down the barrels very gingerly, and he draws a dart just in case. And the third one falls straight down atop the barrels, and they all splatter all over the place. "Oh, fucking shit and poop and balls," he says. "Who's in there?" You hear a voice from the other side call.
Who's in there?
Me. Who's in there?
It's just me, Paladin. Now, I'm here to arrest you. If you'd come out and surrender peacefully, that would be best.
Well, you can't arrest me. I'm a cultist. I've got to destroy you if you're trying to arrest me. It's my job as a cultist, you see. I destroy paladins.
Oh, it's just me in here, so I'd just prefer if you come along peacefully.
Okay, I'll come along peacefully. The door does not open.
Or
I
hide
will-
behind to one side of the door.
I'm going to motion the orcs forward to get to side along the door, and I'm going to open the door, getting ready for a fight. What weapons do I have?
You check your pockets and find that you have a longsword and a javelin.
Ooh, I always like javelins.
change my position. I want to stand next to him with an arrow drawn and my bow pointed into the door.
Okay. I have handcuffed myself, and I am now ready, but I'm sorry, I can't open the door because of the handcuffs.
Oh, that's fair enough. I'm gonna open the door, getting ready for him to, like, take a swing at me.
You open the door to him pointing his finger straight in your face, and it seeps forth a vacuum of flaming fire. And,
Alright.
And it's on fire and stuff. Everybody make reflex saves as all the casks burst into flames.
At 20.
Hell yeah.
19. At 19.
Sweet. So let's see. Reflex is actually called a dexterity save in this game. So Chris, yours is +0.
Oh, no.
And let's see. Yours is plus 4, Dave, for your dexterity save. Oh, there's saving throws. Yeah, okay. I used a randomizer on these character sheets, so now I'm like trying to figure out how to read them. Which I, since I admitted that, I think I have to drink. But you know, it's all part of the fun. All right, so, anyways, the kegs all burst into flame. And both of you save, so you only take half damage. Let's see. So, Dave, you have a total of 11 hit points, and you are damaged for 5 damage. And Chris, you have 12 hit points, and you are also damaged for 5 damage.
Safe. Ow.
There was a little extra damage in there because of the casks all exploding, and now the area is also on fire, and you will probably take more fire damage if you do not get out of the flaming booze.
How are the orcs doing?
I should roll their saves, shouldn't I? Yes. Alright, that one does not save, that one does not save, and that one does not save. Damn, that was one roll and 2 really epic shit rolls. So, the orcs are all unconscious in a flaming pile of booze, which admittedly is probably how they wanted to die.
Fair enough.
Yep, I'm okay with this. So I had an arrow ready. Did I release that arrow, or did I just completely?
Yeah. Since you readied the action, you can go ahead and make an attack action before we roll initiative. So your attack bonus with the longbow is +4 to hit, and it will do D8 +2 if you should hit.
Let's see, where's my D8? D8. Oh, first to hit.
Yeah,
right,
first
D20
to
first,
hit.
right?
Yep.
Well, that's a fucking 3.
3 will unfortunately not hit, even with the +4 bonus there. But your arrow flies straight at him, and he poops himself just a little.
That works. I'm okay with that.
And now we can roll initiative.
Now I'm gonna just.
Alright, so let's see. Dave, you're still +2, and Chris, you are still +0. And there's their first nat 20 of the night. So I'll drink a celebratory drink for them, which will bring me on to Guinness number 2.
Rolled an 8. That makes it a 10.
I rolled a 14.
Alright, so the first one to go will be this cultist asshole. Unfortunately for him, he's spent his spell for the day. So he draws a dagger and he stares menacingly at you and he says, "Nee!"
Chris's turn.
You only have one spell a day? Really? I'm going to shove my sword up you. I'm going to shove my sword up him.
Okay.
We'll roll an attack roll.
Your longsword has a +5 bonus to hit.
I forget how paladins work in 5th edition. Do I have Smite Evil?
Not at this level. You might get it later. It's not listed here, so.
That's a 14 total.
Okay. 14 will hit.
All right. Let's see. Longsword damage. That's still a D8, I think.
Yes. 1d8 plus 3.
Ooh, I've got a good strength bonus. And I rolled an 8, so that's 11 damage.
Okay. 11 damage will fell him. Blarg, I am felled. Bleh, he says as he falls into a pool of blood and flaming booze.
Okay, I'm going to kick him until I'm sure that he is a corpse. Might be painful while he's dying.
You're pretty sure he's dead. Are you going to get out of the flaming booze as well?
I am getting out of the flaming booze. I will... First, I will do the thing where I don't die to flaming booze by getting out of it, using the clever tactic called don't stand in the fire. And then I'm going to kick his corpse a little bit.
I feel like World of Warcraft healers could have wrote a book on not standing in fire, and it still would not have helped most DPS players.
I've heard stories.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump into the room that the cultist previously was in, the now dead cultist, and I'm going to just, after Chris has kicked his body a little bit, toss his body into the fire.
Wait. Well, I guess if it's already in the fire, we should probably, get any precious metals he was carrying, fillings out of his teeth, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He didn't really look that rich to me.
He had a spell book, which the only spell in it was Burning Hands. It was copied on every page for some reason.
Do those work as scrolls?
No.
Okay.
That would be hilarious.
That would be really
Just
fun.
like 200 scrolls of Burning Hands. What the fuck? Why would you do this?
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so now I chuck his body into the fire.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Let's see what else is in here.
His body burns away. He also did have one bottle of mountain spring water that was purified with vegan minerals. You're not quite sure what vegan minerals means, but you're pretty sure he's some sort of a weird fucking hippie.
Ugh, what a weirdo.
As you exit the door to get out of the flaming booze, the hallway opens up and goes left or right.
Let's go left. Left-hand rule. As always.
Sure. Fine with this.
All right.
Speaking
So
of fire.
you said right?
I said left.
Left.
Unless you said right, Dave.
I'll stick with you. Going left.
All right.
So you head left down the corridor, and it comes to another T-junction that goes left and right. You can see on either side comes to a door. The one on the right is locked.
Left again.
Okay. Head left, and you come to that door that is not locked.
Okay. I'm gonna give that a listen.
Okay.
Do I have an ear horn?
You check your pockets for an ear horn, and all you find is an admirer's love letter.
When did this get here? Huh.
What's it say?
What does it say?
Anything useful?
It says, "My beloved, please forgive me. I have left you for a scourge spawn."
Trash. I bet this isn't important to anybody anyway. I throw it over my shoulder.
Put my hand on your shoulder. It's okay, bro.
What's okay?
I don't know.
I mean, clearly I just stole this guy's love letter. Maybe when I was arresting him. Like, I'm a lawman, I think.
Wouldn't you like to think?
I listened to the door this time.
All right, make
Do
a
I hear
perception
anything?
check.
Alright.
I rolled a 6.
Great.
Hey, rolled a
I'm
16.
not doing very good on this perception.
Okay,
check.
let's see. Chris, yours was +1, and Dave's was +4, I think.
So 17 total on
Yes. Okay.
And 10 on mine.
So, Chris, you hear a faint jingling sound of metal clanking against some other material, but you're not quite sure what the other material is. It's an odd sound. You also hear a little bit of rustling around, kind of sounds like wooden, like, just small, like, bars of wood kind of being clacked together. Clackety, 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 clack.
Bars of wood. So is it like... I think there are skeletons wearing armor and dancing beyond this door.
Sounds like a party.
An evil party.
Knock?
I didn't know you knew that spell.
What was that?
Said I didn't know you knew that spell.
What spell did he say?
He said he was going to knock.
Like, should we? I gently knock on the door.
Okay. You hear a retort.
Going to knock, shave, and a haircut 2 bits on the door.
That's what I'm doing.
The retort rings loud and clear, just as you would expect it to.
Open the door.
There are indeed 6 skeletons dancing around, however, none of them are wearing armor. If you make a perception check, you may see exactly what was making the strange clinkety sound.
Was it jewelry? I'll make the perception check.
Or
I will
Dave.
attempt that.
You're supposed to have the good perception, but you just keep rolling crap on it. Isn't that
7
how that
total.
always goes? The guy with the good bonus rolls shit.
Yes, that's how that always goes.
What was your roll, Chris?
7 total?
All right. You're not quite sure. You're too distracted by all of the skeletons about to attack you. Roll for initiative.
Oh no.
It's okay. They roll 1. Crit fail. I have to drink.
2.
Well, that's good, because I rolled a 2.
Yes. Oh.
Nice. All right. So, Dave, what was yours?
I rolled a 2 as well.
Okay, so you rolled a 2, and Chris rolled a 2. But let's see. Dave's initiative is +2, and Chris's is +0. So Dave will go first.
I take my shovel, stick it like out to try to trip these oncoming skeletons.
Okay. Let's see. How does trip work in 5th edition, Chris? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Not even something that I can do.
I don't play enough 5th edition to be 100% sure how that works, but it sounds hilarious, so I'm going to let you do it, and I'll make up a rule when it happens. Chris, your turn.
All right. He's sticking out his shovel to trip skeletons that are running towards us, but these skeletons look like they're reasonably intelligent, right?
As intelligent as skeletons go, I suppose.
I mean, they're all dancing. I'm going to ready an action to attack if one gets beyond that shovel.
Okay. And will that be all?
And that will be all for now.
All right. Then the skeleton's turn. One does indeed attempt to go past the shovel. Dave, make an attack roll, and I will give him an opposed dexterity saving throw in order to not be tripped.
Fuck yeah. Rolled a natural 20.
All right, celebratory drink for Dave. He rolls a nat 20.
Empty.
All right, that was impressive too, because I actually was like, "Oh shit, this isn't gonna work," because he rolled a 19. So, that's fucking awesome luck for you. All right, so you trip the skeleton. He falls straight forward into Chris's whatever attack he's gonna ready. Did you ready an attack with your lance or your sword?
I was using my sword. I was kind of half swording my sword
Okay.
and using it as like a bludgeon. Because,
Okay.
Skeletons.
Sure. So you still have your +5 attack.
Yes. That will be a 21.
That'll hit. Hot damn.
And 6 damage.
All right.
not
That
what I meant
first
to buy.
skeleton
Damn it.
is destroyed as your blade cleaves off his skull, and the rest of his bones fall to the ground and shatter all about. As I was actually going to give extra damage for Dave tripping him, I was going to give fall damage or something, but that was actually enough damage to kill this quick little skeleton. And so 1 skeleton down and 5 to go. And mysteriously enough, that skeleton was the source of the strange tinkling sound. You find that a key was stuck on one of his ribs.
Ooh. I guess we'll just close the door if we have the ability to, and just pick that up.
I just
Okay.
back out after picking up the key and close the door.
Yeah, so that would put it to Dave's turn. The other skeletons try to get a little closer, but can't quite make it out of the room, and then it would be Dave's turn. He could close the door if that's what you guys want to try to do.
Is that
I'm good with that.
what you'd like to do?
I'm good
Okay.
with that.
All right. So Dave, seeing that you've grabbed the key, slams the door in the skeletons' faces, and you hear continued dancing. Apparently, they're just down
Didn't
to
seem to
boogie.
mind.
Yeah, I think they only attack when the door is opened.
It's like Zelda 1 when you go out of the room, they just forget you exist.
Just reset, yeah.
Right? Just like, there was 6 dark nuts in there, and none of them gave a shit enough to follow me out of the room.
Well, then they'd have to get through the
Let's
choke
go.
point. That's the door.
Right.
Yep. Let's go try this key on the door ahead of us here.
All right, it
good.
pops open the door. Do you enter?
Yes. I will lead.
All right. There are 10
following.
gargoyle statues around the room in a large circle, each of them holding different weapons that seem to be very finely crafted. One Some with swords, some with spears, some with axes and bows and different kinds of weapons.
There a distinct pattern to these armaments that these gargoyle statues are holding? Like is it going this one's holding swords, this one's holding axes, and then it's alternating or something like that? Is there a pattern there?
Yeah,
Discernible.
sort of. So there's 10 statues. One has a long sword, one has a great sword, the next one has a bow and arrow, the next one has an axe, the next or a hand axe, and the fifth one has a great axe, and then that pattern repeats on the opposite side of the room as well.
Okay.
Why do I have a bad feeling about this room?
Anything on the floor to indicate booby traps?
Make perception roll.
Like that. 18.
Was that 18?
20 total.
All right, and that's
13.
13.
1, 3 is what I rolled.
Okay,
Yes.
and then your plus 4 will bring you up to 17. So actually, you both notice that there are scratching marks that look as though these statues have been moved around the room recently.
So they're just... I'm gonna look at them suspiciously, and I'm gonna try and push one. Does it
Okay.
slide reasonably easily?
Make a strength roll.
Okay. What's my strength plus 3?
Yeah.
5.
5 total.
5 total. Yes.
You kind of push it against it, and it kind of wobbles forward and then back, and then it starts falling on you again. Make a strength saving throw to avoid getting crushed by the statue.
Oh no.
You are proficient on... well, actually, no. Let's see. I guess not. So your strength save is the same as your regular strength modifier of plus 3.
10 total.
All right. Yeah, I guess paladins are proficient in wisdom and charisma saves, not strength. Cool. So 10 total?
10 total, yes.
Yeah, all right. You are pinned under the statue, but you do not take any damage. You manage to hold it just enough, and you're like, shit, I can't breathe. Oh, fuck.
I quickly move over and push it off of him, help roll it.
All right. Dave, make a strength roll, and Chris, you can roll to assist. Dave, your strength bonus is plus 2.
Rolled a...
Alright.
Okay, so that would be a 14 total.
Okay.
And that would be an 8.
All right. So you managed to kind of barely squeak the stone off of you, because mostly Dave helps and kind of rolls it off to one side. Chips off a piece of the gargoyle's head.
I think fall out of the gargoyle statue.
Not specifically.
Okay.
You did notice that the weapons that they're all holding are definitely actually worked metal in order. They look like battle-ready weapons, as opposed to the rest of the statue just looks like stone.
Okay, you said were any of the weapons hammers?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna look carefully at all the weapons to make sure that there's nothing tied to them, nothing that's gonna trip.
Mm-hmm.
But then because I kind of want to pull some of these out and just arm myself with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as far as you can tell, they're just being inserted into the hand as though it was like a Lego guy and you shoved a Lego piece in it.
I'm gonna grab one of the long swords, or one of the what kind of swords were there?
There's long swords or great swords.
grab a great sword.
All right.
I will also grab a great sword.
All right. You notice that these are actually very finely crafted. They are masterwork weapons.
Ooh.
So does masterwork work the same in 5th edition? I feel like I should look that up now, just in case.
Assume 3.5 masterwork.
Yeah. Oh, actually, there is. I'm looking at I googled Masterwork 5e, and it's like people asking if there's a 5e equivalent. So yeah, we're gonna rule it as 3.5 because I didn't actually realize that there was no such thing as Masterwork. But I rolled that on the random dungeon table when I was creating the room, so they're Masterwork. Damn it! They give you a +1 bonus to attacks, but not damage rolls. So decent bonus, pretty good make. All right. So you steal a couple of swords. Are you going to do anything else in this room?
Let's smash up the gargoyles with the weapons we're not using.
Sure.
All right. You take a few minutes to smash up all the gargoyle statues. They crumble to dust. They're okay made gargoyle statues, but they don't stand up to the might of these awesome weapons.
Yeah, fuck you, gargoyle statues. Do we reveal anything beneath them or behind them?
Nope.
When doing so? Okay.
You go back down the hallway and back down the right path.
Okay.
Yes? Question mark? To Chris, more or less?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All right, so you backtrack back to the direction you were going in the first place, which leads to another T-junction heading left and right. You see that if you turn left, you will come to a door which has 2 keyholes on it.
Does our original key fit in there?
It fits in one of the locks, yes.
Okay, just, leave it in there for now and be like, well, we found one of the keys. What other areas are we missing here?
So then if you went back to the right, then there would be another direction that you hadn't quite gone yet.
Okay. All right.
I was going to say, could we try to break the door possibly first, but you can go back all the way first.
All right. So you head back the other way, and there is another door. This one is actually a fairly well-made stone door.
Does the door have any writing on it?
Nothing specific, no.
Writing around the door? Any indications that might tell us what to do to open it?
There's a big knocker on it.
Knockers?
Yeah, just hold on the knocker. Knock that door. Knock it good with the knocker. Ooh, I have a carrot.
Huh.
And a derringer.
I did not expect that sentence just now. It's not every day that you're playing D&D and somebody's just like, I have a carrot and a derringer. The hell, man. All right, so you take your carrot and your... anyways, you knock on the door, and the door opens directly up into the ceiling, and you are greeted by a towering ogress. She looks at you and speaks a very strange tongue, which I don't know if either of you have heard before, because I need to look at your languages. So DM's taking a break to look at the notes. Everybody has to drink. That's one of the rules, probably. At least I have to drink. I'm not sure if you guys have to drink. You can drink if you want to.
I'm out of it.
You can leave your friends behind, because they don't drink. And if they don't drink, then they're no friends of mine. Sorry. Not sorry.
You're going into a very weird Men at Hats
What the fuck was I looking? I forgot what I
Sanctuary
was
dance.
even looking for. Something on your character sheet. So I'm gonna drink again.
Do we speak ogre? That's the. I think that's the thing.
That is the thing. Okay, so now I have to figure out. All right, languages. Okay, so let's see. Chris, you speak not those languages, and Dave, you speak. You actually speak Orc, Dave. So
Okay.
yeah. So you understand that this ogress woman is, at least you can make out bits and pieces because the ogre language is very similar to Orcish. You make out some bits and pieces. The master is not at home. Please come back again.
I'm gonna nod my head like I understand what she's saying. I'm gonna be like, yep, totally.
Come
When
again.
will he be back?
The master is out.
Asking the ogre orc.
You ask in Orcish, and she's actually quite taken aback by a dragonborn that speaks Orc language. He will be back in 40 fortnights.
Yep.
I wanted.
I totally get what you're saying.
If I wanted
I'm gonna
to reach, I look at you and I look at Chris and kind of give him the short version. I speak a little bit of this language, but I'm not quite sure what to do here. So just keep smiling and nodding.
All right.
She kind of
Can
leans
do.
into you, Dave. Is that guy high?
I look at her and say, maybe. We've had a strange night.
Nice.
I ask if I wanted to reach the master sooner. How could we do that?
Answer me these riddles 3, and I shall give to you the key. I'm kidding, I don't know any riddles, and I also don't know where the key is, but it's in this room someplace. You feel free to look. As long as you don't mess up anything. If you mess up the chandelier, I will throttle you!
Touch the chandelier. I'm speaking to Chris. But
Touch
look
the
around
chandelier.
The room, there's a key here.
I'm sold. I'm gonna run in.
Don't shout, but I don't know if I'm too late.
Don't touch the chandelier.
Don't. Correct. Add ogre smash.
Ogre smash if I touch the. Oh well, if you say so. I want to touch the chandelier.
The ogress lifts a
Shrug.
giant backhand and slaps you over the back of the head. What's your armor class is what I would normally ask, except for I'm the guy that has your armor class, so I can look at it. Actually, your armor class is amazing, but she still hits you.
Okay.
So for future reference, Chris, if you're asked for your armor class is 18.
I see.
That is high for first level. But I think you have good armor or something.
Yeah, I have like plate or something.
Yeah. Oh, chainmail. Yeah. So, and a shield.
Yeah.
So she slaps at the back of your head, and you deftly pick up your shield and block it like some sort of a crazy ninja-ass dude just blocking backhands somehow. Even though I said backhand, and the motion I was making is a forehand, so it's back. It's just
a little bit
whichever
backwards.
one of those sounds cooler canonically. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, you block it, and now you may roll initiative.
Oh god. It's hard to roll. Hard to roll when I'm trying to dodge bullets.
Don't die, Chris. You're getting shot.
20 total again.
All right, 20 total.
Roll the
Dave,
one.
what's your
My initiative, if I'm
roll
in.
the one? That
Roll
one
the
you
one.
have to drink. That's probably your rule, right? I said some of the
I have
rules that I
nothing.
remembered, but okay. So I'll drink for you. It's fine.
Thank you.
Dave's tooting. I have to toot too, right? I think that's a rule. Mine's deeper. Oh yeah, so deep. So deep inside me is the whiskey. Low. Anywho, so Chris, you had a 20. Dave, you had a nat 1, and they had a 3. So Chris, you are the first one to do shit. What shit you gonna do?
Well, having completely misunderstood the situation, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm not into that. I'm going to wave my hands off of her. Just kind of wave back, be like, yeah, I don't like that. Don't do that to me.
Roll diplomacy, which is that called diplomacy in this game? I guess you could roll deception or...
I'm not really deceiving anybody, I think.
Yeah, so you can roll deception, which your deception is +3.
Well, 17.
All right. 17. She's taken aback by you, but still somewhat unfriendly. She's not quite sure what to make of you because she has no idea what the fuck language you're speaking. However, it is her turn, so she's going to go now, and being unsure about you, she's actually going to pound Dave, who she believes has told you to pound her chandelier. So Dave, she attacks you, and your armor class, for future reference, is 13, which she misses terribly, which means I have to drink because I missed. I also forgot to drink when I missed Chris. Double drinking. Fuck yeah. Alright. I'm almost out of Guinness, except for I got another can over here, so this is shaping up to be a hilarious D&D session for me. What's going on? Alright, Ogress misses you. Dave's turn. So, yeah. What you gonna do? Some cool stuff? Kick its ass.
Yeah, I'm just gonna swing my that fancy greatsword that I picked up. Swing it at her.
All
Big old
right.
swing.
Proficiencies. Martial weapons. You are proficient with martial weapons, so you get your proficiency bonus of +2 as well as your strength bonus of +2. 4 is your total attack modifier.
Am I rolling my d20 on this one?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that was a nat 20 on that.
All right, celebratory drink for Dave. I like how I drink all the celebratory drinks. Yeah, okay, so, yes, actually, let's do a critical hit chart as well, because critical hit charts are cool. So, I'm going to roll here. Ooh, 96, that's a big number, and the higher numbers on my critical hit chart are usually hilarious. So, let's see if I can line up my fingers with the keyboard while I can't see it while I'm slightly inebriated. I can look up my critical hit chart. Hits. Oh, no, I can't. I actually gotta click on the thing to go to the Google Drive instead of just... because I don't use that document enough, apparently. Damn it. Okay, critical hits. Boom. Alright, so... what did I say, 96? Is that what I said? Okay. Because I seem to have pushed the dice for now and they say a different number. So, 96. Hadouken! You accidentally cast a 5th level Burning Hands. Roll 5d4 for damage.
Let's see here. So 3, 4...
Fails her save.
4, 2, and a 3.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's 4, 4, 2, and a 3.
4, 4, 2, 3.
Okay, so
That's
that's
3. There was 2 threes. 2 threes, 2 fours. You said 5 times, right?
yeah. Okay, so
Okay,
4
yeah.
4
2
is
threes,
8,
2
2 more
fours.
is 10, and 2 threes is 16. All right, 16 damage is a pretty good hit to her. She is very taken aback by this sudden crazy ass shit. You also get your weapon damage, which is 5th edition, the one where it just maximizes out your damage roll, or was that 4th edition?
That was 4th edition? I don't know
so
how 5th
do you-
edition's crits work.
You still get double damage in 5th edition, right? I'm questioning the rolls again. Drink.
Think so. I don't know.
I'm drinking anyway. I'm also almost out of this one, so one more drink, I think. And then I'll have to go for can number 3. But we're ready. That's why I came prepared. I'm a Boy Scout and shit. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, I'll get. I'll just say it's double damage. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm incorrect. So Dave, you get double damage on your weapon damage as well. Which for a great sword is 2d6 plus your strength modifier of. And do you get time and a half strength damage in 5th edition for a two-handed weapon?
Don't think so.
Okay, so just strength damage and your. Do you get proficiency bonus to damage or just attack?
You
Questioning the rules again and again. Damn it.
You don't get proficiency bonus to damage. That I do know.
Okay, so anyways.
Rolled a 2 and a 6.
Okay, so 8 damage and times 2 is going to be 16, as well as your strength modifier of 2, doubled is 4, so that's 20 damage. So holy shitballs, that's a lot of damage for first level. You kicked the shit out of her, and she's a charred pile of dead goo now, and I am on to Guinness number 3.
I look down at her and I go, "Oh, she was attacking us?"
Because you touched the chandelier, we might have been able to not deal with that, but
I
oh well.
thought I was supposed to touch the chandelier,
I said don't touch the chandelier.
or she'll smash. Oh,
Right.
I see.
Well, let's just find this damn key. It's in here somewhere. That out of her before you went and played Tarzan with the candelabra.
Next time you touch this chandelier, I'll get smashed. Ah, that's a beer drinking joke because I'm drinking beer.
But come to think of it, why didn't she want us touching that chandelier?
Don't know. She liked fancy shit.
I'm gonna pull on the chandelier. Try and not like pull it down necessarily, but like try and pull it with like even strength.
Okay, make a strength roll.
Okay.
Your strength being +3.
I will get you that result in just a little bit here.
You drop your dice.
That is a 6. My strength rolls have been terrible, even though my strength is not terrible.
All right. You grab the chandelier, and you can't even quite manage to do a pull-up, and you feel like just as bad as you did in middle school gym class when you couldn't do a pull-up, and you are slightly sad about your life.
It's like the game knows me.
Am I taller than him in this?
Probably. Let's see.
Yeah,
Does it say?
Dragonborn are usually like 6
I
to 7
assume-
feet tall.
Yeah.
I assume so, but I didn't know if you're elf.
Although
Yeah,
half-elves
elf.
are relatively tall as well.
Yeah.
So
They're usually shorter than humans.
it doesn't specifically say
Alright.
your height on here, so you can be whatever the fuck height you want.
All right.
I'm just a little bit taller, so I'm going to try tugging on the chandelier.
Oh wait, no, there it is. So Chris, you are 5'11",
Okay.
Dave, you are 6'5", so you are a little bit taller.
Okay.
Oh, I am
Good 6
I'm
inches.
about
on
as tall in the game as I am in real life. Huh.
Magic.
I'm
Magic, how that
significantly
works out.
taller in the game
Yeah.
and in real life. And I'm okay with this. Yeah, I'm going to reach up and try tugging the chandelier now as well.
All right, you can make a strength roll.
18. That's my +2, so that's a 20.
All right, so with your 20, you manage to grab the hold of the chandelier, and surprisingly easily, the chain that's holding it up actually breaks, and you're kind of baffled at that. It's very strange, but it seems as though it was meant to come down with relative ease.
Huh.
I examine the chandelier a little bit to see if there's anything.
Okay, you can make an
Super strange
insight
about it.
check. Your insight is +4. Chris, yours
So
is
that means I roll-
+3 if
that
you'd
means
like
I-
to try as well.
Got an 8 total.
All right. Well, you're pretty sure that chandeliers were invented so that you could put several candles in one place to make a room brighter. That is what your insight tells you.
I've got 12.
Okay. Chris, you also deduce that chandeliers are made to make the room brighter. And you think it's really weird that it comes down so easily. You think there may be an ulterior purpose, but you are not entirely sure what it is.
I'm going to try yanking on that chain.
The chain from the top of the chandelier, or what's little is left in the ceiling?
What little is left in the ceiling.
Right there, there's basically a link and a half. The second link broke off, and so there's about a link and a half, and that top link is about as sturdy as your average chain link. So that one's actually pretty good and sturdy. It's kind of stuck in there. You could probably do a pull-up on there if you could do a pull-up because you weren't a fucking sissy.
Well, I'm going to try and grab on there and just hang off it with my weight.
You hang off of it with your weight.
Yeah.
Can I
swing side to
comedically
side.
like wrap my arms around his waist and like hang off of him too? So adding now my weight to this.
Yes, you can go ahead and try that. Chris, make a strength check to hold both of you up.
I can't. I think that's the 4 that's face up, so that's a 7.
All right. So, Dave, as you grab onto him, you pull him straight down, and the both of you fall upon the pile of flaming orcish goo.
Oh, I got goo on me. I don't like to be covered in this
flaming
specific
orc?
variety of goo.
Ogre is what I meant. I
Yeah,
said the
flaming
wrong
orc
thing.
on me. Ogre, yeah.
Flaming
Yeah,
ogres.
flaming ogre on me. I get back up and brush myself off, and I'm gonna start looking around the rest of the room now.
Okay.
Anything of note?
Possibly. Let's check it out. There is another chandelier.
Ooh. Their chandelier sounds intriguing.
There is another chandelier.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Oh, hang that one up off of there, I guess.
I'm gonna go ahead and reach up there and pull that one down.
All right.
Pull on that one, not necessarily pull it down, but pull on it.
All right. That one seems to be sturdily stuck in place.
Anything else?
Try and hang off that chandelier.
headphones are acting up. Cut out there for a second.
Yeah, so Chris, are you gonna try hanging off that chandelier, or were you suggesting that Dave try that?
I will try that.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make an acrobatics. Is that what it's called in this edition? Yes, it is! You have a +2.
15.
All right. You managed to hang off of it pretty well. It actually swings back and forth decently well, and the chain is very sturdy and holds it just upright with you.
Okay. I don't seem to be activating any sort of mechanism, do I?
Not as far as you can tell.
Okay. So why is this chandelier so sturdy?
Can I take my shovel and try to break the ceiling above where the chandelier that fell? Can I try to bust that up?
Yeah, you can go ahead. I guess make an attack roll, the +2, which is your strength bonus because you are not proficient with a shovel. We've been over that. But I still think overall. It's funny. 12 is the total?
Yes.
All right. You managed to stick your shovel into the roof. The kind of general makeup of this... basically all the rooms you've been in is stonework that seems to be this kind of basement area for what the pub would be. So most of it is stonework, just kind of sunk under the ground as though they had built it partially as like a foundation as well for the pub. And actually you notice that these corridors are going out in directions, if you've been paying attention, which you probably haven't been because we haven't been mapping this out all that well, but if you, it actually extends even further beyond the scope of just the pub. It goes off a little further than that.
Okay, so possibly... Does it... Wait.
Does anything happen with that ceiling?
Does it lead to the pub... what was the name of the other pub at the beginning?
You were in... What did I say?
We were in...
It's a something motherfucker. It's...
Yeah, but what was the name of the other pub?
Yes.
Was there another pub?
I thought there was.
Yeah, because some of the patrons got pissed off when the pot of gold went missing.
Oh yeah, some of them went to Jeff's bar.
Would Jeff's bar be under there?
Possibly. You're kind of heading in that general direction.
Oh. Maybe Jeff stole the gold. Which is something I care about completely and totally, and not not just because I need to pin the murder of this barman on somebody other than me.
Right. Did anything happen with my shovel on the ceiling?
You knocked a few of the stones loose.
I see anything with these now loose stones, or is it just more stone, more ceiling?
After a couple of stones kind of fall out, you see there's more dirt and then wooden, what appears to be floorboard or something from the underside.
Oh, I have an idea. Hang that first chandelier that broke off, hang that from the second chandelier.
For it. I hand you the chandelier from the ground nearby.
Okay.
You hang the chandelier from the other chandelier, and now this area of the room is extremely bright, where the other area of the room is slightly darker, because there is no chandelier there, but there are two chandeliers here.
Wait, is there a key in the chandelier?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
your bonus on investigation. Chris is -1.
17 total.
All right. You notice actually the place where the chain broke off, it kind of connects to the top, and the top actually is a very strange shape for a chandelier, and it looks surprisingly, strangely, a little like a key head.
There we are. I knew it all along. Yeah, that's right. All along. Totally obvious. Alright, let's go over to that other double keyed door and stick this key in.
All right. You stick the chandelier right in the keyhole and give it a good turn, and it turns and turns like a giant wheel on a bank safe. It's very interesting and mesmerizing to watch as it turns and turns. And you think, man, if I was stoned out of my mind, this would be great. But since you're not stoned out of your mind, it's just kind of okay. It's like, that's turning for a while. That's kind of neat. And then the door swivels open, and you see in the room a massive figure that is about from the chest all the way down, dark and wreathed in black flames, that is slowly building up more and more of its body. You recognize the figure, of course, as the illustrious demon Saint Ckirtap, which is Patrick spelled backwards. Before him is 10 cultists in the room, which are bowing and doing various occult rituals in order to attempt to summon it, including such profane acts as spilling beer upon the floor and peeing in the whiskey.
You bastards.
I'm going to kill them.
Let's fuck them up.
Roll for initiative.
We meet again, Saint Ckirtap. Oh, that's an 18, natural 18.
15 plus 2, so 17.
All right, so 17 for Dave, 15 for Chris.
Yes.
All right, and their initiative was only a measly 4. So let's see. So who had? Wait, hold on. I just said it, and now I'm confused. Who had the 17? Dave. Okay, so
Ether.
Dave will go first. Around the room, there is a circle of something on the floor. You usually see rituals like this performed with a circle of blood. However, this is a yellowish liquid, so you are unsure of its exact contents.
Circle of beer? Circle of cores?
Who knows?
Tea, maybe?
You may make a check if you would like to deduce that. You can use your insight.
Yes, I would like to.
Okay, so Dave, your insight is +4.
It's a 9 plus 4.
All right. It stinks in here pretty bad. You're pretty sure it's pee.
All right.
But, you know, Coors does smell kind of like pee, so it's hard to tell. So there are 10 like cultists around the room in a circle around the circle of pee, and in the center is kind of one head cultist. He's got a moose skull on his head with large antlers peering forth.
These cultists are on the outside of the circle of pee?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and swing my greatsword at the nearest one, or two, if I can hit 2 of them with it. Unless that was my turn, rolling to investigate the pea circle.
No, that's just something you can do while you're looking around. So you can go ahead and make an attack.
8.
All right. 8 plus with your let's see. You're using that Masterwork Greatsword, so that'll be +5 total because you have a normal +4 and it's also a Masterwork weapon, so +5. So 13 will hit one of the cultists, and that's 2d6 + 2.
6 and a 5.
All right, 6 and a 5. That will easily kill one of these cultists. He falls to the ground and murmurs something about wishing he could pee into more things.
What a weirdo.
He falls face down into the circle of pee. Chris.
So that's the demon Sir Ckirtap. Shit, fuck. Is he fully summoned yet?
No. The cultists appear to be performing a ritual, which some of them are now bailing out of, but the head guy seems to continue chanting as Saint Ckirtap his body keeps slowly appearing bit by bit. So you assume that he will be ready soon if you do not interrupt the ritual somehow.
All right, I am going to just dive tackle that idiot.
All right. By charging past, you will provoke attacks of opportunity from 2 other the regular cultists. Is that okay?
That's fine. That's why I wear heavy armor.
Mm-hmm. Very well. So they will attempt to slay you terribly. And one of them will fail epically, and the other one will actually hit you pretty well.
Ow.
He stabs you fairly solidly with his short sword. You take 5 damage.
I am very hurt.
All right. And the cultist's turn.
Do I get to tackle that guy?
Oh, yes, you do get your attack. Sorry, I forgot about that part.
Yeah, I'm going to tackle him sword out. I figure a sword's not going to hurt a guy in plate mail, but it might hurt a guy who's in robes.
All right.
That would be an 8, so miss.
Yeah, 8 will miss, unfortunately.
Actually, I'm sorry, 10.
10 will still miss.
Okay. This guy's got a slightly better AC than naked.
Yes. Than a naked man with no dexterity. Right, and then it will be the cultist's turn. Some of them continue praying for the ritual. Several of them relieve their bladders in order to strengthen the circle of pee. Others of them get ready for the combat that seems to be ensuing. The one that drew his sword earlier, Chris, comes and attempts to attack you. You may perform an attack of opportunity because he is charging you.
All right. Roll the dice. That's a 12.
All right, 12 will unfortunately miss.
All right.
And he gets advantage because he's using a charge attack. So let's see. What is your AC? 18. So actually, even with the advantage, he unfortunately misses you. His sword goes right by you, and you mock him and call him a sissy.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
All right, and then top of the order.
It's me.
It's back to Dave.
I decided that I'm going to take a shot at that cultist leader by raising up my shovel and hurling it at him.
All right.
As if it were a javelin.
Fuck yes. This is badass. All right. Yeah, make a strength roll, +3. Or no, let's see. That's Chris's character sheet. Yours is +2.
Shit. Hold on, my mic cut out. My headphones cut out.
Oh,
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
we
I
can
have a
still hear
shitty
you.
headphone cord. Yeah, what do you need me to...
Yeah, so make an attack roll. So that's going to be your d20 as usual, plus your strength
Yep.
modifier of 2. You are not proficient with throwing a shovel as much as you are not proficient with... But if this works, this will be absolutely amazing.
I rolled a 13.
All right, 15 will actually hit his AC. So roll a d6 plus your strength bonus of 2.
Rolled a 2 on the d6.
He takes damage, so I get to drink. Wow. That was 6 on the damage, you said?
2 on the d6.
2 on the d6. Okay, all right. So then plus the 2 more is 4 damage. He is interrupted. So you notice that the little bits of Saint Ckirtap that are coming into being are slowed down a little bit by interrupting his spell. Chris, that will be your turn.
Say, yeah, take that, you dumb cultists. And then I'm gonna swing at the guy who just got hit by a shovel.
All right. You're right next to him as well, so go ahead and knock him out, or what have you.
All right. Yeah. Let's roll that die. Okay, finally, a 19 total.
All right, that's pretty good. That'll hit.
All right. So let's see. Damage is 5.
Fine.
Actually, wait, that's a D8 I just rolled. Whatever, I'll keep it.
Okay. Yeah, so 5 damage. He is now fairly hurt. He's bloodied, and you assume it won't take a ton more to bring him down after those 2 mighty hits from the epic chivalry and your sword, or whatever the... Wait, you have a sword, right?
Yeah, I have 2 swords.
Yeah, because you stole a sword from some guy that was a gargoyle statue.
Of course.
Yeah, all right. And then they will continue. Most of them continue. Just chanting their ritual. As their leader has been kind of knocked out of everything, the bits and pieces that are building on Saint Ckirtap's body have slowed. However, he is still going strong, and some of them are continuing. However, a couple more of them kind of step out and are ready for combat now, so as to not stop the summoning of their master. One of them charges at you, Dave. You get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. 16.
All right, 16 will hit.
One
1 damage. All right, that's plus your strength modifier of 2. So 3 damage does bloody him. However, he's still up. So his attack will go through. And that will, let's see, your AC is 13, so that will hit you. He attacks you with a short sword and actually stabs you, piercing fairly hard for 7 damage.
Well, that was at 6, so...
All right, you are now
fucked up.
at -1 and bleeding out. You're not dead yet until you hit -10 or fail 3 death saves. Is that how that works? Is the -10 different in this one because of the death saves?
There's no negatives. It's just death saves in this one.
Okay.
I think it's you fail death saves if you get hit while down, too. Because it's like auto-failure.
Right. Okay, yeah, I was thinking something along those lines, but I was like, hold on, wait, how does that work? So, again, since I forget the rules of 5th edition, I have to drink.
Classic.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. So, you are all good, except for the fact that you're bleeding out. That's not good.
It's not. Yeah, I'm not very good.
Yeah, all right. So, on your next turn, you'll make a death save. 3 successes, and you're stabilized and not gonna die, and 3 failures, and you die. So, don't die! That's my recommendation to you. Yeah.
I'm getting better.
The leader man thrusts out his hand at you, Chris. He holds it in a gripping position as though he's gripping your very heart. However, the spell effect seems to have nothing to do with that at all. Make a charisma save.
Uh-oh. It's a good thing I have a proficiency for this.
Yes. And in fact, a good
my
charisma
charisma
as
bonus?
well. Your charisma save modifier is +5.
Well, that's not going to help me, because I rolled a 9 total.
All right. 9 total?
Total.
Wow. All right. So you succumb to his spell effect and pee all over your own pants.
Well, this could be worse.
You are demoralized and suffer a -2 on all skill checks, attack rolls, and saves until the end of the effect.
Right, this is why I took off my pants at the start of... before the session started. I'm remembering now.
Yes, yes. So that will last for 2 rounds.
Okay. You said -2?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, if that's the case, is it my turn now?
Yeah. Well, Dave's at the top of the order, so first Dave has to make a saving throw in order to avoid being dead.
Alright.
That's just
did
a
a 10.
straight D10, is that right? Or a
So
straight,
that's a D10.
not
D20.
D10, D20, but
Yes. Straight D20.
yeah. Is it 11 and up saves, or is it 10 and up saves?
I think it's 11 and up. I don't remember, but let's say it is that.
Okay. Yeah, because that would be even half. So 11 and up will save. So unfortunately, a 10 does not get you. I'm sorry, Dave. You take a strike of death. Dun dun dun. All right.
Fine.
Now it's Chris's turn.
Dave's. I'm like, I'm gonna go down if anybody else hits me. Let's see. But we need to stop the ritual. Yeah, I need to stop the ritual. I'm willing to die for this. So I'll make that roll. Attack him.
Okay.
That is a 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Okay. And I need to get a D10 handy. Because I think... Or is it 2D6? Or is it a D12?
What is it? Is it
Greatsword
greatsword?
damage.
Greatsword is
Yeah.
2d6.
Okay.
I assume.
Oh, that's a D3, not a D6.
I rolled it as 2d6 for Dave. I haven't looked it up in 5th editions. I'm not 100% sure on that, but let's call it 2d6.
5 damage. I rolled 2 ones.
All right, is that... Oh, wow, so that is 5 damage, including your strength. I was like, that's 5 damage total? That is... Snake eyes, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
that's
unlikely
not
is
good.
that?
However, actually, that is just enough to knock him unconscious, so he is now bleeding in a pool of magic circle of pee. So this is still probably uncomfortable for him. He is unconscious at the very least. So, not bad. All things considered. Which will bring us to the cultists' turn. The cultists all raise their hands, the few remaining, and they put them together in a massive prayer, and the entirety of the body of Saint Ckirtap or Ckirtap, or whatever you say, depending on your level of sobriety, becomes whole. The demon spreads its wings, and it unfurls 2 mighty fists, in which are clutched 2 giant mugs made out of straight barrels of whiskey.
Oh? That doesn't seem bad.
I am the mighty Saint Ckirtap, and I shall destroy you all. The cultists bow before him. Mighty Saint Ckirtap, we have summoned you, and now you shall do our bidding to destroy the world and rid it of all the evils of alcohol. Fuck you, dicks, he says, as he destroys all of the cultists by smashing them. Probably, I have to roll for it, technically. But he's not taking any of this shit. Oh, fucking shit, nat 1, balls! So I'll drink to that. Now I gotta bring out my critical miss chart here. Alright, critical misses. Boink. Okay. Alright. Alright. 24. So he critically misses by smashing his giant ass mug full of whiskey at these poor saps. He tries to do something flashy with his attack, but whatever it is, it was a colossal failure. Even he is not entirely sure what he was going for. Everybody laughs at him, and his feelings are hurt. He spends his next turn crying like a bitch, no save.
Wow.
I love my stupid shit that I write and then totally forget about. Because then when I roll it up, I'm like, oh yeah, I wrote dumb shit like that. I amuse myself, if nothing else.
That was written 10 years ago.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
We were just out of high school when I made these. And I forget almost everything on it, almost every time. So, like, I remember, like, a couple of them. Like, there's one of them that's, like, you punch him in the teeth, and he takes an extra D30 damage from losing his teeth. But anyways.
Nice.
So, he's Saint Ckirtap tries to do something so cool, and now even his cultist followers are laughing at him so hard that he is crying like a bitch. Dave, roll to not die.
Fuck. That's a 9.
Oh man, poor Dave.
I'm sputtering
He's
on the
close.
brink of death.
Chris, it is
I
your
shout?
turn. The mighty Saint
the
Ckirtap
cultists
stands
run.
before you.
While the cultists are distracted by Saint Ckirtap and laughing at him, I'm going to lay hands on Dave.
All right, your lay on hands probably has a healing modifier of some sort. Lay on
I
hands.
don't know. I've never played a 5th edition
It
player
healed-
before.
Says heal 5
It healed the bartender
HP.
earlier.
Is what it says on the character sheet. Let me just look that up to make sure that's true. 5e lay on hands. Boink. Alright. Paladin D&D 5th edition. Roll 20 compendium. Alright. Lay on hands does... There's a bunch of ads. I don't want a bunch of ads. Compendium sharing. What is it talking about? What the fuck? What did I click on? Did I click on the wrong thing? Oh. You do not own the Player's Handbook Compendium Expansion. I don't want to purchase it from Roll20. Fuck you. I'm looking.
Just search the 5e SRD.
Five. I'm bad at typing because I'm slightly inebriated and I can't look at my keyboard because it's underneath a thing. I'm gonna drink. Just in case. Alright. Lay on Hands D&D 4 wiki. Using Lay on Hands D&D. Okay, let's hold on. SRD. All right, 5thsrd.org. That should tell us. Okay, blah, blah, blah. You can restore a total number of hit points equal to your paladin level times 5. As an action, you touch a creature and restore a number of hit points to that creature up to the maximum amount remaining in your pool. So I guess you would have had to at least spend 1 on the barkeep, so
I'll heal him
you
for
can
4.
heal him for 4. Yes, which will bring Dave up to 4.
So
But
4
right,
HP now.
because yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So we apologize for having to pay attention to the actual rule book for that long, audience of ours, and so we will drink for that. All right, so Dave, you are now back up. Bum, bum, bum. And then it shall be the cultists' turn. There are a handful of cultists left who now feel slightly betrayed by Saint Ckirtap. And Saint Ckirtap himself is crying like a bitch over all of this pea circle.
Of course.
The cultists all throw bottles of whiskey at him. So 2 of them hit, and 3 of them land right around his area, but do not hit him, and he is now slightly soaked in whiskey. Dave, that will be your turn. Make an insight check.
Insight check. Okay. Out of 4.
Okay.
I think a 6. I don't know if I had an insight advantage.
You have, let's see, insight for you is +4, I think, right? Yeah. Wait. Insight.
Okay, so that brings it to
yes.
an 8.
Okay, so you kind of have a feeling in your gut like it's useful that he is covered in whiskey, and you feel like that could be pertinent to you somehow, but you can't quite remember what you can do. Which is to say, I'm giving you a hint, but I'm not telling you exactly what you can do. Ha ha ha.
Sure.
Look at me, I'm a crafty DM.
Crafty.
I'm gonna try to summon magic. Like, I'm gonna try to do any kind of magic towards
Okay.
him.
All right. You search your gut for any kind of feelings that you have, and you remember that, oh yeah, you're a dragonborn. You can breathe fire! Skadoosh! So you breathe out a 15-foot cone, which he has to make a dexterity save to void, and you do 2d6 fire damage from your breath weapon.
3 plus 6, so 9.
All right. He makes his save, so he takes half damage. However, it is doubled because he is still covered in whiskey. So that will do the full amount of damage anyway. Saint Ckirtap bellows in horror as the whiskey lights a flame upon his crying, bitchy-ass soul. Chris.
I am going to grab Dave after he breathes fire on St. Ckirtap and be like, hey, they're having a fight. Let's see which one of them wins. Back up a bit.
Nice. All right.
And then I'm going to retreat safely out of range of his swings.
All right. Saint Ckirtap and the cultists all get to go then. And the cultists will all shoot forth burning hands, those of them that can. There's a few mages and a few cultists that were just assisting in the ritual who draw their weapons. One draws a bow, and one draws a great mace. And the other 3 will fire off some spells of Fiery Doom. Alright, and then St. Ckirtap will make a few saving throws to avoid some of the damage. He makes 2 of the saves and fails 1. So he is damaged quite a bit by the voracious, flaming death that is coming for his poor, crying, bitchy-ass self. He weeps into his former beer mug because it used to be full, and he used to have friends that respected him, but now even his most devout of followers have started fighting him and throwing whiskey and throwing burning hands upon him. He takes quite a large sum of damage from the flames, and he is enveloped in flame himself. He will take actually additional damage from just being on fire from the last round as well, and he will probably take even more fire damage now that he is lit ablaze further. However, he is not quite finished. He seems much weaker than before. However, he still raises his second mug full of whiskey and slams it down upon the ground, covering an area large enough to squash 2 cultists. God damn. Nat 1 and then a nat 2. Poor bastard! He's not having good luck. Poor St. Ckirtap, even with his bonus, cannot hit the lowly cultists. Dave.
Is St. Ckirtap wearing anything? Is he just like, does he have it all hanging out like the devil and This Is the End?
I remember that, yeah. Yeah, basically, he's just kind of letting it all hang loose, you know, like you do.
Are you gonna kick him in the dick?
I want to raise my shovel above my head and take a swing at his Lucky Charms.
All right. Make a attack roll for a called shot. So your bonus is +4 still with your attack roll. And then it'll be a slightly higher difficulty because of the called shot, but let's see what happens.
8.
8. Damn.
Yep, I rolled a 4.
Man. Just... I'm sorry, man. That would have been awesome. But yeah,
I know.
You go at it, and unfortunately, it is just off as he's stumbling about, kind of dancing and waving his various appendages about in his flailing, raging madness. Chris. Dave missed, so he has to drink, but I have to drink for him.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to get another beer.
So I'm
fair.
trying to figure out whether or not I want to ally with the St. Ckirtap or these cultists, because it seems like he's actually okay with drinking. Whiskey, that is. But then he's vulnerable to whiskey getting splashed on him? Interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna hang out in the back and see how this is... Actually, I'm gonna hurl my javelin at St. Ckirtap. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Right. Your javelin attack has... Let's see.
If nothing else, the cultists will worship us.
So it changes... Let's see. So it's not as quite as high bonus because your strength is higher than your dex. So it's just your proficiency bonus of +2 to hit.
So that's 21 total.
All right. Well, that'll fucking work, won't it? So yes, you hurl it. Your spear flies in a perfect spiral, as you might imagine, from one of those great, amazing Denver Broncos throwing a football. I'm kidding. Not the Broncos. Another team. A good team. But
It's like Tom Brady throwing it or something. I don't know.
yeah. One of them. The Broncos a few years ago. Anyway, yeah. So it flies straight and pierces him just under the chin for some reason. Because nobody ever puts, like, critical hits just under the chin, do they?
No.
So I came up with this weird description first. I must be the coolest DM, right? What's your damage, Chris?
What is javelin damage? Is that a D8?
D6 plus strength. 3.
Okay. 8. Which is the most damage I've dealt with an attack tonight.
Wow, actually, yeah, that's not too terrible. Yeah, so your javelin pierces him just under the chin, and he gurgles and splutters as he starts to choke on his own blood mixed with the whiskey and pee. I'll kill you and stuff. He gurgles, bellows at you.
I don't think so.
He seems very weakened now. You'd guess he does not have much longer for this world. However, he is still kicking. The cultists that drew their weapons last turn, let's see, I said one had a sword and one had a great club, right? Or great mace.
Something like that.
Sword guy misses, and great mace guy misses. And let's see, the other guys are out of spells, so they will all draw their weapons. The other 3 draw short swords. And Saint Ckirtap is just angry as all get out, as you might imagine a drunken demon spirit might be if he was stabbed just under the chin and almost had his balls cut off. He rears back for his final, most brutal attack, as far as you know, unless he lives for more rounds, in which case it could be more final and even more brutal attacks. But, you know, hey, who knows? This is the most devastating you've seen him. He takes both mugs into both his hands and slams all of the remaining whiskey in one go. And he spews it all about the cultists as well as all of you. As well, he makes an enormous gesture to put his ass forward as far as he can and farts upon all of you, spewing fire from his ass. So make a dexterity save to avoid the whiskey, and then a dexterity save to avoid the fire. If you avoid the whiskey, the fire damage will be less.
So I was kind of in the back. I had moved to get out of the
he was
to get away from the.
That's true.
cultists.
So you're around the corner there. So you are safe, Chris.
Okay.
So Dave and the cultists will have to make these saves. Nat 20 from one of the cultists. All right. Victory drink. That one fucks up. That one mega fucks up. Nat 1. Drink because I have a Nat 1. That one's okay. That one fucks up. That one fucks up. All right. So most of them fuck up. Two of them save from the whiskey. 2 7s. All right. Let's see. Your dexterity save is +4, so 11. So you are unfortunately going to fail both of those. So you are covered in whiskey, and then you are lit ablaze by his flaming fart. The fire burns as you might expect fire to do. Sometimes fire scalds,
Yeah.
but in this case, it burns. It's rather uncomfortable. So you will take... Ooh, owie, owie, and owie. So... 17 is the total damage from his enormous fart of doom. This clears the room of all of the cultists, including the ones that saved. And, Dave, you are once again unconscious.
Yep.
Dave, that brings it to your turn, so you may make a death save once again. Spending a large amount of this time unconscious and bleeding out, unfortunately.
7.
Triple sevens, that's
7
lucky,
in a row.
right?
That's
Not in this
Right,
case.
Oh, wait. Chris!
Oh, yeah.
I see everyone burn. I see Ckirtap over there, and I'm like, huh. So I throw my longsword at him.
All right. Give me an attack roll with your dexterity modifier of +0.
That'll be 17 to hit total.
Well, all fucking right. You hit him. How come dumb shit works for you but not for Dave? Poor Dave. He tried to do cool shit.
4 damage.
All right. He is so close, staggering as he goes. He looks at you. He looks at the P circle. He looks at the dead cultists. Fuck all of this shit, he says. That brings it to his turn. Now that you've come into the room far enough, he can see you. He takes your sword out of his own flesh, and he throws it back at you.
I always knew I would die this way.
He misses horribly. Your sword sticks into the wall behind you and above you 10 feet.
A very incompetent demon.
Apparently, everything he's tried so far has been a colossal failure except for the flaming fart of doom.
I'd say, except for the...
Maybe he should have started with that. Dave, you may make a death
Please,
save.
fuck's sake. That's a 5.
Dave is once again on the brink of death. Knock, knock, knocking on death's door. Yeah, Chris!
I'm just gonna move up to him and take a swing at him with my great sword. Ooh, that is a 23. To
All
hit.
right, that will hit.
That is 7 damage.
All right,
I didn't quite roll snake eyes this time.
the great Saint Ckirtap falls to his knees and then falls on his face. And then he lets out a final death throw, wiggling and jiggling all over the place like a madman and evacuating his bowels. I have to drink for that one. That's a good Freudian, isn't it? What the fuck is wrong with me? Fucky shit. Alright, anyways, the point of the story is as his corpse flails about, Chris, make a constitution save as it slams into you.
Nat 20! Celebratory drink.
I'll drink to that too. So yeah,
I'm like, this is fine.
you save and are not slammed entirely to the ground. You stand your ground and his foot and or hand and or schlong slaps you in the face. And as well as lots of poop and pee fly all over the place, because just to be even slightly more disgusting than we have already been, gotta get some poop into the mix, right? The fuck is wrong with this campaign?
I really hate this demon. I really hate him.
And he poofs into a puff of smoke, leaving behind a treasure chest. Because that's what bosses do.
I'm gonna run over to Dave and see if I can stabilize him.
All right, make a heal check. Is there? There's medicine in this game. You have a +1 bonus.
Oh no! I rolled a natural 1. I'm sorry.
You have to drink. You approach the ever-bleeding dragonborn compatriot you have come to know and love, and you remember back to your first aid days, and you shout, CPR, as you punch him as hard as you can in the gut. CPR! CPR! And you break his sternum. His rib cage shatters into pieces, piercing his lungs and heart and liver. And all the internal bleeding causes him to die twice.
So now that I'm covered in shit and piss and blood, and I'm the only person left alive, possibly in this entire building, let's see what's in that treasure chest.
You open the treasure chest, and it is an ever-flowing chalice of Guinness.
I'm going to douse myself in that to wash off everything else, and then I'm going to drink heavily until I can't remember that this happened.
My friend. And that brings us to the end of Drink to the Past this week. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm sorry, Dave, for killing you off. Could not have seen that coming.
I'm proud of the way I went out.
Covered in piss and shit and whiskey and fire.
Wielding my shovel.
And being beaten to death by your own companion. This has been one of the most fun sessions I've ever played. This has been a riot. Thank you guys for joining me. As always, I'm your host, Spammo Man. This is my good buddy Chris as my co-host. You can find his shit on DriveThruRPG and so forth. Chris, plug yourself.
Yeah, you can find my shit and my co-author shit on DriveThruRPG. Pick it up. It's good. You got to pay money for his shit. You don't have to pay money for mine. So
yeah,
do whatever. 5 Cataclysms. Check that out.
Yeah, check out
Dave.
And yeah, Dave, thank you for joining us once again. And your book's still in production.
Yeah,
eventually,
it's on hold with the job and location change. Obviously,
that's all fair. Yeah, life happens and stuff every now and then. So yeah, but if you want, you can check out Dave's stuff. Is still on Zelda Dungeon. Is that right?
Actually, the chapter just came out today. Going forward, there's going to be a bit of a change in how the story plays out, as the story is going to branch off into two parallel parts of the story going on with following different groups of characters.
Cool. Sounds interesting.
So,
yeah. So definitely go check him out. Yeah, check out Dave Wayne09. I'll tag. You'll have him on the. It's obviously on the bottom of our YouTube stream here. I'll also put that in our description on Podbean and Apple as well if you're checking us out that way. So be sure to check us out every Friday. We're always here live on YouTube. You can also check out the audio versions on Apple or Podbean. And yeah, we have been Drink to the Past. This has been a ton of fun. So every now and then we're going to do a real plays segment like this. Not all the time. We like our news and weird discussions and shit like that too. So, but we do actually have one that I'd like to plug coming up for our special 100th episode. We're going to have Kevin O'Rourke back on, as well as our good buddy Crow, who's both of those guys are regular guests on the podcast lately. And yeah, we'll be playing another 5th edition segment, which will be that should be a ton of fun. That's going to be our 100th episode special. coming up in a few weeks here, although it might accidentally air on the 99th episode because we had to skip a week, but we'll call it good.
Yeah.
All right. And now we've come to the final segment of the podcast where we talk about inane bullshit until somebody says something ridiculously awkward. But can we really one-up Dave getting covered in pee and poop and whiskey and